Dallas, Texas. Big D, one of my favorite cities to visit. Dallas is the fastest growing metropolitan area in the U.S. With a population of 1.3 million people, it is said Dallas adds another person every 3 minutes. The city is booming. It's a business-friendly city that is flooded with jobs and opportunities. Who wouldn't want to move here? The people of Dallas are very diverse and very friendly. I love this city. I know it's a great city, but I also know it's not everyone's cup of tea. So before you pack everything up and head west, I have some things you should know. So here's my top 10 reasons not to move to Dallas, Texas. Number 10. You better like sports. Dallas is a sports town. If you don't like sports, you might want to keep that to yourself or not even move to Dallas. If you tell the average Dallas resident you really don't follow sports, be prepared to receive a look of disgust. In Dallas, you have the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Stars, and the king of all Dallas sports, you have the Dallas Cowboys. To most Dallas residents, the Cowboys really are closer to a religion. They carry the nickname America's team, which, if you just know American history, you probably think New England Patriots would carry that. No, Dallas has it locked down. I kid you not, these people are nuts about the Cowboys. It doesn't just stop at professional sports either. College and high school sports are just as big in Texas. The TV show and movie Friday Night Lights was all about Texas high school football. Not just Dallas, all of Texas. In some of the smaller towns, everything shuts down during football games. And to prove how insane they are about high school football, these stadiums I've been showing you, those aren't college stadiums. Those are high school stadiums. One of them in Katy, Texas actually cost over $70 million. Yeah, it's crazy. Number 9. Not really a place for vegans. Barbecue isn't a verb in Texas, it's a noun. These people love their barbecue. They take immense pride in the barbecue that comes out of this town. Now, they do have vegan restaurants, don't get me wrong. Not near as many as, say, Portland or San Francisco, Seattle, something like that. I have a vegan friend that goes to Texas on the regular for work. He said they do have some nice places, but they're few and far between. This is another thing you might want to keep to yourself, that you're a vegan. If you tell your new Dallas neighbor that you're a vegan, they may call the authorities on you. Number 8. Potholes. Potholes are a serious problem in Dallas. It's a serious problem the city of Dallas chooses to ignore. A Dallas native once told me that it's strange how a great city like this just lets potholes go on and on without addressing them. He said it's like there's a Pothole Lives Matter group putting pressure on the mayor, and the mayor won't touch the potholes. Now, this one I have personal experience with. I hit a pothole coming off the Tom Landry freeway in a rent-a-car once. Blew the tire out. Side note, that freeway is actually named after famed Cowboy football coach Tom Landry. Now, back to the pothole. 7 or 8 months later, I was with the friend whose house I was going to. We get off the same off-ramp. He steers to the right to avoid the pothole that apparently is still there 7 or 8 months later. I mentioned it to him, and he said, that thing's been here for years. He's another one. He believes that there's a lobbyist group that fights the filling of potholes on the roadway. Potholes are really strange in Dallas. Number 7. Cowboy hats and boots. Cowboy hats and boots are a fact of life in Dallas. Now, if you're from the East or West Coast, this probably seems a little odd. Grown men and women wearing cowboy garb to business meetings and to dinner. It's not strange to them. It is strange to anyone that's going to a business meeting and there's like several hat racks and most people don't even use them. They just keep them in front of them on the table. It's really strange. But then again, I'm sure they'd find it strange the way my friends... I'm from Southern California. We go to nice dinners and shorts and flip-flops, so I'm sure they'd find that strange. But if you're not from Dallas or the Texas area, you might find it a little strange. It's not. You'll get used to it. Number 6. Traffic. Now, traffic is a problem in all other major cities, so this one's no surprise. Dallas was never that bad, but Dallas is getting bad. And it's been catching up with some of the more commuterly challenged cities in recent years. It's nowhere near as bad as LA, San Francisco, New York, but give it some time. What adds on to this, Dallas is big. Maybe not as big in population, but definitely in area. Now, if you don't count Alaska and Montana cities, those are all huge because nobody lives there and they can just expand all they want. Dallas is number 4, counting all of its suburbs. Number 9 if you don't count the suburbs. It takes a bit getting around. Back before our phones and cars had navigation, it was so much worse. everyone would give you directions by names, as in the names of the freeways. They're all named after famous Texans, and the residents use those names. They'll give you directions like this. You take the President George Bush west to the Lyndon B. Johnson north, or you just take the Sam Rayburn toll road and call it a day. Not numbers like the rest of the country. Take the 405 to the 101 till you reach the 1. Thank God for technology. Number 5. Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice is from Dallas. You have to live with that if you move there. Number 4. Weather. Hail, wind, heat, tornadoes. Dallas has it all. They really get some weather. If you YouTube or Google hailstorm, you'll find Dallas in there someplace. Dallas, all of Texas, and Colorado seem to get that crazy baseball-sized hail every single year. If you live in Dallas long enough, you're going to start thinking, I'm going to die here. If it's not heat stroke, being hit by a flying stop sign like that news reporter in Ireland, beaten by a baseball-sized hail, or actually get launched into the air like Dorothy in some freak tornado. I read some facts that Dallas is actually windier than the windy city of Chicago. Who knew? The good news is they're far enough inland that they don't get touched by hurricanes too often, and when they do, it's kind of lessened compared to the people on the coast, like in Houston recently. The people in Houston are still in really bad shape. I left some places that you could donate to help the people of Houston if you're so inclined, or you could actually find individual families on GoFundMe accounts and help them out. They really need it. They're really in bad shape. I have friends in Houston, and the news has gone to other things, but Houston is still in really, really bad shape. So if you can help someone. Number 3. Guns are a fact of life. If you're one of those people that feels like guns have no place in society, you probably don't want to move to Dallas. Or all of Texas for that matter. If you're an anti-gun person, you might want to keep that to yourself. If you voice your stance on firearms, the average Dallas resident, you're probably going to find yourself on the receiving end of a serious tongue lashing. And not the good kind either. Guns, just like cowboy boots and cowboy hats, are just a fact of life in Dallas. Learn to live with it.
Whoa!
Or don't move there. Your choice.
That ought to look good on a video.
Number 2. You hate Mexican food and its culture. If this is how you feel, don't move to Dallas. Mexican food, Mexican people, and their festivals are all over Dallas. And they are amazing. Colorful, loud, great food. I love it. The food for the most part is traditional Mexican food, or as I call it, real Mexican food. You want a taco? You get a tortilla, meat, squirt of lime juice, and some cilantro. The way it's supposed to be. Ask for cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, you'll probably be asked to leave. Okay, maybe they won't ask you to leave, but you probably feel like you should leave when you get the strange look on their face. They don't do that Taco Bell. I'm sure they have Taco Bells in Dallas, but when you go to a real Mexican restaurant or one of the festivals, you're going to get traditional Mexican food, and it's amazing. My advice, go to one of the festivals, go to one of the real Mexican restaurants. Dallas has some of the greatest Mexican food in this country. Phoenix, probably a little better. Dallas is a close second. And number 1, don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas isn't just a great slogan. It's a good general rule. Texans tend to be very proud of their state and may get a little prickly if they hear you criticize it. Dallas is the epicenter of this rule. If you're moving to Dallas, it might be wise to stick to only the positive when talking to longtime Texans about this state. As an example, watch how many negative comments I get on this video. People will perceive this as me talking very bad about the city, which I'm not. I'm just telling you, if these are things that bother you, don't go there because this is what they believe. The people of Dallas are great defenders of Texas, and they have good reason. It is a friendly land of opportunity with great sports teams and a down-home feel. While in the Army, I would purposely talk trash about Texas to my Texas, brothers, and watch how they get all upset over it. You make any comment about Texas, and they act like you just insulted their grandmother, and they get a little pissy. Side note to that, I also noticed this about people from New Jersey, get the same way about New Jersey, and I don't know why. But don't mess with Texas is a good rule of thumb when you go to Texas. Be positive about the state. You do decide to move there. Act like it's the greatest move you ever made. People will accept you more. Even if you do hate the weather or whatever. Just kind of put a smile on your face and don't complain about anything. You'll make friends in a hurry. Friends are easy to make in Texas. So if you do move there, I hope you enjoy it. If this list kind of deters you from going there, maybe it's for the best. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to give me a comment, a like, share this on your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever. Thanks for watching. Everyone be nice to each other.